How's it going, everybody? Welcome to We Do Tech. So recently Gearbest contacted me and asked if I wanted to review any of their new products on their website, and to my luck I was actually looking for a new wireless pair of headsets. So I went with the Bluedio T6 because I have actually heard a lot of good things about Bluedio, and they usually have, well, most of the times they actually have really good reviews. So I went with the Bumblebee Yellow T6 because it looks totally different, and yeah, I want to stand out a bit more. So the Bluedio T6 is retailing for $69 at the moment, but it is currently on special, but down to $47 on Gearbest. So definitely check that out. But if it's not on special anymore, they do run a lot of specials, so it will be on special again later on. But now let's quickly find out how good the T6 is and if you should buy it at $69. So starting off with what you get inside the box, you do get the T6 headset itself. You get a USB Type-C charging cable, a small little baggie to carry it around, and then the manual, which I won't really need because I'm a man. So yeah, I don't need anything to tell me what to do. I know everything. So yeah. Now, as for a build quality, they are actually pretty well constructed with a mostly metal frame, which you can adjust for a larger size heads. The metal frame does not continue all the way through, however, the metal frame does kind of thin out more towards the top of the headband. But it is still strong, and I don't believe it will really snap easily, even if you are a bit more rough with your headset. But of course, if you just actually take care of your headset, then that's not gonna be a problem. Now, the ear cups are also able to tilt a bit to fit your head better, and then also swivel around 90 degrees to store them easily or rest them on top of your neck and listen to the music like that. But now getting into how comfortable it is, which is pretty much the most important part about a headset to me, above anything else, the sound or the looks. Comfort is most important, and I have to say it is actually pretty good. The ear cups and ear pads padding are nice and soft. The inside of the drivers is covered with a relatively soft fabric, which my ears do scratch against, unfortunately, but it doesn't annoy me as much as compared to a lot of other headsets, even some of the more gaming ones. So I was able to wear them comfortably for around 2 to 3 hours while listening to music, watching movies, and then also once I was going to the gym. So after that, they did start to scratch my top of my ears a tiny bit, but I am very finicky about that, if you guys have watched any of my reviews. So I might be a bit too sensitive with that. If that doesn't really bother you, then this is not going to be an issue for you. Now, clamping force is a bit tight, but I do actually like it for the use I want them for. So I actually wanted these to go to the gym and to jog with, so I don't really have to worry about them falling off when I do any of those. So clamping force is good for me. If you guys want a bit more loosing sitting headset, then you might want to bend the frame a bit, or yeah, there's other options as well. But they will loosen up after a few weeks of using them, just like most other headsets. Now, on the back side of the right ear cup, you do get the power button, the indicator LEDs, the active noise cancellation toggle switch that does do a good job at cancelling out the lower end background noise or loud clicky mechanical blue switches if you want to game with them. You do also get the USB Type-C port for charging, and then finally the microphone. Now, just before we get into the sound quality, the T6 does have a built-in 650 mAh lithium-ion battery that Bluedio says does have a standby time of 1000 hours, which I unfortunately couldn't test because it's 1000 hours. I'm not going to just leave the thing, so I'm going to take the word for that. But they did also say that it does have a 25-hour listening time, which is quite accurate, I believe. I charged it the day I received it, which took around 1 to 2 hours, and 3 days later the battery is still going strong with a more than average daily use. The Bluetooth 5.0 is also a lot less power hungry, so that will help give you some more use, and then also has around a 10-meter range. I did find that with thicker walls it will deteriorate the signal a bit more, especially if you have double thick brick walls, then it's going to be a bit more of a problem. But if you have drywalling or so on, then honestly that's not going to be an issue. I was even able to go outside, put up the laundry, and it was completely still fine. Now then, as for the sound quality, the T6 uses a 57mm driver with a 15Hz to 25kHz frequency response. The volume is also quite loud, so you don't have to worry about that. If you wanted to make yourself deaf, then these ones will be able to do that. Sound bleed is also kept to a minimum at decent sound levels, with the ear cup making a proper seal around your ear. Of course, if you max it out, then people will be able to hear, so just don't make yourself deaf. That's probably the most important thing. Now, as for the noise cancellation, this is going to affect the sound quality. With active noise cancellation off, you do get a good amount of bass, but it's not too much to really drown out the rest of the frequency range, with the highs still being decently sharp, although the bass is more focused for this headset. But once turning the active noise cancellation on, it does kind of undertune the bass, where it does get noticeably less bassy and the highs gets more pronounced, but it does sound a bit more tinny. So depending on your environment, if you're not in a loud place, then just turn off noise cancellation. It's just going to sound better. But if there's a lot of background noise and you just want to cancel that out, the active noise cancellation does do a very good job at that, and you will be able to listen to all of your music.
Now, as for the microphone sound quality, as you guys can hear, this is probably the biggest drawback for the headset. Microphone is really bad. It's good enough if you just wanted to quickly talk to somebody, make a call, but if you want to use it for like Discord or conference calls or stuff like that, it's not going to work. So that is the biggest drawback.
So that's pretty much it for my review of the Bluedio T6 Bumblebee Edition headset. So a big thanks to Gearbest for sending these ones over. I am pretty much using them daily now, whether it's going to the gym or just when listening to music while moving around in my house. So these ones are really good. For $69, there are a few other options that you can go for, but especially the Bluedio series does always again have good reviews, so I do trust the brand. So yeah, definitely a good buy if you wanted to go for a Bluetooth wireless headset that looks cool and then also delivers a good sound, and that noise cancellation is also really nice. So that's pretty much it. Again, if you guys want to get this headset for yourself, I will leave links in the video description where you can get them on Gearbest. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want me to review anything else, please let me know down in the comments below, and I will check all of you guys in the next review. Cheers, guys.